Hello everybody, I hope you can see and hear me. Please check in if you do. If I'm looking to the left, I'm having my laptop there to check on the chat every now and then. And maybe I will see things you do. So, to start off, we're using not a spring cleaning project, but something Blinky465 has brought up in the thread. He has taken a DeLorean and made it blink. Well, as we know him. I really like it, though it looks like his app is a bit wanky still. But maybe it's just his fingers. Let's see. Turn signals, fine. Turn signals, fine. Brakes. Blinking lights. So, very nicely done. I love this interior picture. I tried to read through this project, but I've got to admit my electronics skills are way below this. I can see these plans, but I sure as hell can't read them. I'm really wondering what paint job this will get, if any. But maybe... Hello Lorna, okay. Maybe Blinky will do us some paint. So this is the first project. For the others, I have chosen to go through the Spring Cleaning Challenge projects. And I have a little helper with me. Do you know him? Now, sadly, he's not here. I missed that big guy on the Hobby Hangout even more than the Hobby Hangout itself, I must admit. But given time, I hope to see Ben again at Beast of War. Oh, on tabletop. Sorry. So, first project, Panzer Kaputt's Kings of War Spring Cleaning Challenge. That's straightforward. So what have we here? A ton of plastic. That's grey. And he's planning on a lot of colors. That's a lot of color planning. A heck of a lot of color planning. But sadly, only that until now. So, Panzer Kaputt, get to it. We need to see some pictures of painted minis. Please. We need it. Really. Next up. 74th Tramp Steamers Spring Clean from Henry Leite. That's a very straightforward looking kit. Looks a bit of it like a toy. And has been sitting in the shelves for 2 years. Now, I think that might explain the rather plain look on this. In the last 2 years, MDF laser cut terrain has improved very much. But I think with all these little doodads and gribbly bits, we can see this is going to be a bit more than just some plain ship. Well, starts looking nice. Oh, I know that one. Very nicely indeed. Could use some weathering, especially the boiler room. That's a bit clean for a coal-fired steamer. Maybe a bit more dirt. Next up, The Adventures of Frank and Lily by Night Runner. Yes, so we have a elephant skull as a terrain base. So this is going to be a diorama. It's a promising start. Oh, those are some naughty bits. Some creepy bits. And that's it. So, Night Runner, please do us all a favor. Keep up with the project. It's from yesterday at the time of recording, so good start. Please keep it up. Hero Quest is the next from Concept 2. Well, Hero Quest, not much to say about those lovely old... Oh, internet is slow today. Miniatures. You can't really win any prizes with the sculpts on these, but the paint job is really nice. I would say it's as much as you get out of those cheap plastic board game meeples. Oh, an Australian orc. And he's coming. Right. So why was the preview upside down? Can't tell. Yes, I love these old orcs. Even though they really start to look dated, but they are just so... They have so much style, flair to them. Really like them. Again, upside down. Why is this? I don't know. The furniture. That's always a very nice thing to have on the board. Oh, dang. Why is this so slow? Warren, have you paid your bills? So this is not 3D, but these are the original tiles. It has been long. Nice paint job on the top of them, but those are clearly flat surfaces. And some baddies. Let's take a look when they arrive. Pardon. Yeah, these old Chaos Warriors look really, really nice. And even though the pose is very singular, I think the different colors of the paint jobs and the markings on some of these do really make him look good. And I wonder if this skeletal look is anything on purpose or just was something he was influenced by unknowing. Yeah, very nice. Maybe to make this a complete project, there should be some pictures of a board. After all, it's a board game, and maybe make them look pretty. Also, with only one entrance, I can't give you very much nominations, and since these are, as I understand it, the factors that are going to count in when the prizes will be given away, this isn't very much of anything. Well, Next up, Tommy Train Terrain. Zero. What? Christopher has done some things with trains. So he's taking the spring cleaning challenge literally. 100% literally. This reminds me of the beginning of the Mr. Potato Head Orc Stompa from last year. Was that spring clean? I think it was spring clean. Well, I'm definitely taking this one into my... I have to look at it. I really wonder what this will become. Next. Gas. I love this picture. This is so hilarious. These stripes alone are so horrible. And I mean in a positive way. It's just... I love it. So, Walking Dead. And he's doing a lot of them. He started 2 days ago, so we won't see very much progress, I guess. Shadings, colors listings, always nice, very good for tutoring. And we have some riot police. And that's it again. I'm afraid most of the hobby entrance for projects for the sprinkling won't be very long, because most people started really late. I haven't started one either, but I'm here, so I'm doing something. Next up, a drink. Cheers. What do we have? Joker Crew from Belius. Yeah, I can't really pronounce that, can I? So, he's starting with some partially painted, some primed, and obviously going with GW paints. And that's it. Not very much to begin with, but it's a start. Next up, some geezer sprinkling Sisters of Silence. Don't start singing that song now. So we have some primed and based, and then some bases done. It's in unusual order. I usually do the bases last, but to everyone his own. Some nice colors. Dry brushing on the fur. Looks really nice. And we end on a light shot. Well, that's something. I really like these tutoring styles of some people go step by step to really to enable some people to follow their steps without having to have too much knowledge previous to visiting the project. Sometimes I feel when you know what you're doing, you skip steps in the explanation, and that makes it hard for some people to recreate the results you get, and sometimes that leads to very frustrating results. Next up. Oh, that does look good. World War III Team Yankee Force by Hegemon Gary. He's doing Tiny Fighting Man. This is the first project that's not in 28mm. This is small. So, Panzerputty for the camouflage, I guess. A really lot of little tanks and paints. And even more invasion of the Panzer blobs. But the result looks really good. Can't argue with that. Maybe do a bit more weathering, but I guess these aren't done yet. So, what have you here? Some more tanks. This is a sizable force. But I think you're not done yet. So, keep cracking on. Oh, by the way, keep cracking on. In about, I think, 2 hours from now, if I'm not mistaken, Mail the Train Tutor does a daily video show on YouTube and on Twitch. So for those of you who need some more proper spoken English tutorials or videos on menus, please join him. Spring cleaning orcs from Svöl. Get to the Stompa. Oh yeah, I know that feeling. You can't get a cat out of any box. So we have a badly formatted tournament list. Cleaning of what looks like resin. Are those chrome black? Can't really tell. And we won't see for a long time. This is just getting ridiculous. I would say these are chrome black, but please feel free to correct me. Can't see any names on it, and generally speaking, I'm really not I don't have too much knowledge of the third-party manufacturers of alternative orc skulls. Yeah, these could be chrome black. And we have another cat. And here we start to have the modified orcs. These start to look gnarly. A partial assembled Stompa. This turns out to be a real big project, it seems. And we have some commandos. Well, they're not that old. I have the even older versions of those. That's it for now. So this is going to go into my to be watched later. Not only because it's orc, but because I really want to see how this ends. Next up, cleaning a graveyard forest from 144 artists. Yeah, these look a bit weird, and these are still very much plain, but I have the feeling these are going to get a much nicer over the course of the next few days. These already start to look a bit more complete. Gravestones painted, graves painted, trees assembled, and then flock the hell out of it. Yeah, these look nice. Very nice. Maybe a bit too green for a creepy cemetery, but maybe that wasn't the look he was after. Maybe it's a normal cemetery without the ghouls and zombies roaming around everywhere. This is very lovely. Very lovely. So we have 5 left, and we have one from Ben. Hello, Ben. When he talked about this on the, I think it was the Weekender, I was really excited because somewhere over there, you can see there, down there, is my copy of Doom, still not painted and unplayed. Yeah, I played the original Doom game board version, and that was so fast sold out. I was happy to get the newer edition a bit later. I never got around painting it, and they really could benefit greatly from painting it. Marines, some Kakademon, a bit too pinky maybe, or maybe not. Nah, I think it's good. Can't be pink enough. Now the Revenant, maybe a bit too red. It's more skelety, I think. This isn't the board game. I think this is cheating. Adding a paragraph that's not belonging to the project, Ben. Naughty, naughty. I'm giving awards. Anyway, you have an award. You have an award. You have an award. Next up. Doth Vegeta 800's Ave Dominus Nox a Night Lord's project blog? That's a mouthful. So he's doing Chaos Terminators. And we're starting with some nice looking plastic. At least I think it's nice looking. From the small picture it was. We're having 2 fat blokes with long tusks. I always wondered what went through the mind of the designer of these things. Well, to each his own. The chains haven't aged very well compared to newer versions, I think. But I don't think this will end up being seen very much after some coats of paint. So let's see. Some kit bashing. Drink. Stay hydrated, kids. Oh, and totally in Gary focus. Much appreciated. Speaking of which, Gary, you haven't started a project with a spring cleaning challenge yet, have you? Or is it private? That would be disappointing. Yeah, these guys look like chaos. Ooh, and suddenly there was color. And there was a lot of color. Are these the same? I don't think so. It's a bit of a weird color scheme. At least in my book, but okay. Whatever rings your bell. Yeah, these are not the Terminators. And more kit bashing. This is all over the place somehow. And more kits. Do you even start painting at some point? And now this is the current end state. Lovely coffee mug. Really nice. Best movie ever. And we're getting there slowly. I see undrilled barrels. How can that be? As a 40k player, you are obliged to drill your barrels. At least these. These are getting big. I think they could use a bit of a wash on the bone and skull parts just to make it a bit more pop, but that's just me, and maybe some weathering on the metal parts. They look a bit shiny. But we are giving away awards. Lots of them. More clicks for everybody. I'm going to ruin the system. I'm going to make Warren's nose bleed. Next up, magnetized ball grunts for kill team. This is a bit longer going. The last three have a bit more time, so I expect something to have happened. This is by Kira Namida. Hey Gary. Yeah, maybe you don't throw any projects to the floor if you can't decide. Oh, I see putty. Let's see, magnetizing parts. This looks interesting. Yeah, having a bit of a game there. And a lot of magnets, but not much more. Yeah, fitting magnets can be a pain in the ass. I'm really wanting to see how this will end up, especially with the notch going into the recess on the arm. If that isn't really a snug fit, this will be wobbly as hell. So I'm giving away awards again. Not so many, but do more entries. Next up, new year, new project, Beasts of Warcry, Beware the Jabberwocky, my son, from Zebra Outrider. Also, from beginning of the year, Jabberwocky, great movie. Really have to hunt down the DVD of that. And these parts look like very much assembly needed. Now that's a jump from sprue to finished assembly. Let's see. The Jabberwocky. Obviously, gaps. No, not anymore because of green stuff, but there seem to be some larger gaps. Oh, upside down pictures. Sideways. Oh, my neck is gonna snap if I... Well, let's try this one. Seems to be the right direct orientation. I don't know how to press button. You're totally right there. Only thing I know is I need to drink something. But what I know is how to pronounce Sturmgeschütz. This is a really nice build. The color makes my eyes bleed, but it's true to the movie as far as I remember. And the Jabberwocky wasn't very good to be seen, if I recall correctly. This looks hideous, but in a very positive way. I love this. Is that the same entry 4 times? No, that's really cheating. And the DVD cover and the text. This is a bit wonky and all over the place. How am I supposed to do button pressing on this project? I guess I will just do some of these and be done with it. Now, for the last one, we have Lord of the Rings Refreshing Old from Half Mile Duck. This is from December, but has been entered into the competition. I think that's valid, but who am I to judge? I'm not making the rules. Maybe somebody else could filter the Spring Clean Challenge for current events. So here we have some pointy ears with pointy sticks. Oh, the eyes. Well, I can't paint eyes to save my life. So these are even better than those I usually do. And stripping paint. Now that's a clean look. These look very nice now. If you compare this one, which is a barely tabletop standard, with this, that's progress. Proper progress made. Really nicely done. These are really nice. And light shots. I hope he appreciates them. Yeah, these look nice. Never played the game, but always liked the minis. Oh, and those are jump again. Just look at these bases. This green gravel. And then some nice flock. And even the robes there with this black paint look much better. At least in my opinion. Yeah, these are really, really nice. Sadly, this is all we have on current spring cleaning projects. There are more if you filter the project system for spring cleaning, but the others that will arrive that I haven't mentioned are from spring cleaning last year, and there's no point in revisiting them because that challenge has been done. So this has been a nice half an hour. I thank you for being here. I thank Ben. No problem. And I hope to see you again next week. Maybe someone cares to join in, maybe not. I may be blathering around about half an hour again, if I feel so. Have a nice evening. Don't forget the terrain tutor in about 19-ish minutes. Maybe we will see another time on Discord. Bye.